Almost everyone has kissed someone, yet scientists still cannot answer one surprisingly simple question. Why? Not how, not when. Why do humans kiss at all? For something nearly every person experiences, its origin remains one of the biggest mysteries of human behavior. Most people assume the answer is obvious. Kissing is instinct, something built into our DNA, something every human naturally does. But that idea falls apart almost immediately. Anthropologists have found entire cultures where romantic kissing simply doesn't exist. Not because people are forbidden from doing it, because they never developed the habit. When some indigenous groups first encountered Europeans kissing, they reportedly reacted with confusion. One question appeared more than once. Why are they eating each other? Think about that for a moment. One of the most intimate moments in your life looked bizarre, even disgusting to someone else. Suddenly, kissing no longer feels like instinct. It feels like a mystery. What exactly is your brain trying to detect? One of the leading theories involves a group of immune system genes known as the Major Histocompatibility Complex, or MHC. The name sounds intimidating. The idea is surprisingly simple. Imagine two people with almost identical immune systems. Their children may inherit the same strengths, but also the same weaknesses. Now imagine two people whose immune systems are very different. Their children could inherit a broader biological defense against disease. So how do scientists test something like that? With one of the strangest experiments ever conducted. Researchers asked men to wear the same t-shirt for 2 consecutive nights while avoiding perfume, scented soap, spicy food, alcohol, and cigarettes. The shirts were then sealed in boxes. Later, women were asked to smell them. Again and again, many participants preferred the scent of men whose MHC genes were different from their own. Not because those shirts smelled better, because at a biological level, they may have signaled a more compatible immune system. If that idea is correct, your brain may begin evaluating a potential partner long before your conscious mind catches up. You never hear the question. Yet somewhere deep inside your nervous system, it may sound something like this. Would our children have a better chance of surviving? Of course, scientists still debate how much kissing contributes to this process. Some studies strongly support the idea, others are far more cautious. The mystery remains open. But then another puzzle appears. Think back to your first kiss. Did it match everything you imagined? Or did something change almost instantly? Researchers have repeatedly found that many people treat the first kiss as a surprisingly accurate test. Some relationships become stronger within seconds. Others end before they have truly begun. People often struggle to explain why. They simply say, "There wasn't any chemistry." Ironically, chemistry may be exactly what they mean. Then comes another mystery. Why do we close our eyes? Most people assume it's romantic. Researchers studying attention discovered a far less poetic explanation. Your brain can only process so much information at once. Detailed visual information and intense physical touch compete for the same limited mental resources. Something has to give. So your brain makes a decision. It temporarily turns down the visual world. Imagine trying to appreciate a gourmet meal while solving a difficult math problem. You can do both, just not equally well. A kiss works in much the same way. The brain quietly redirects its attention away from what you're seeing so it can focus on what you're feeling. Closing your eyes isn't really about romance. It's your nervous system saying, "I have enough information already, let me concentrate on the important part." The deeper scientists investigate kissing, the stranger it becomes. It isn't simply affection. It may be smell, touch, memory, stress reduction, pair bonding, mate assessment, all compressed into a gesture lasting only a few seconds. Yet one final clue suggests this story may be even older than humanity itself. Chimpanzees kiss after conflicts. Bonobos kiss while greeting one another and repairing social bonds. Perhaps humans never invented kissing at all. Perhaps we inherited fragments of much older behaviors and slowly gave them entirely new meanings. Which brings us back to the mystery we started with. Maybe we've been asking the wrong question. Not, why do humans kiss? But, how many ancient behaviors are hidden inside a single kiss? Feeding, smelling, testing, trusting, comforting, forgiving. For something that lasts only a few seconds, a kiss may be one of the oldest conversations two humans can have without saying a single word. So where did it begin? This is where the trail starts to disappear. The oldest written descriptions of kissing appear more than 3,000 years ago. Ancient Mesopotamian clay tablets mention it. Ancient Indian texts describe it too. But writing only tells us when someone decided to record the behavior, not when it began. Humans had already existed for hundreds of thousands of years before anyone wrote a single sentence. Kissing could be far older, or it could have appeared independently in different parts of the world. No one knows. Then, unexpectedly, a familiar name enters the story: Alexander the Great. When his armies marched across Asia, they carried far more than swords. They carried languages, ideas, customs. Some historians believe kissing spread more widely through the contact created by his conquests. Others argue it had already existed across many cultures long before. No one can prove either side, but the possibility is fascinating. One of humanity's most intimate gestures may have traveled alongside one of history's greatest military campaigns. One civilization, however, left almost no doubt about how important kissing had become: the Romans. To them, a kiss was never just a kiss. It could express affection, respect, loyalty, desire, even suspicion. They invented different words depending on what kind of kiss you meant. Osculum, a friendly kiss. Basium, a kiss between lovers. Savium, a passionate kiss. Imagine returning home in ancient Rome. Before saying a single word, your husband steps closer and kisses you. Not because he missed you, not because he wanted affection. He is checking your breath. Roman writers describe husbands kissing their wives to discover whether they had been drinking wine. For elite women, alcohol was often discouraged and sometimes forbidden. The kiss became an inspection, a silent test. The same gesture that today symbolizes intimacy once served as a form of social control. Which raises an even bigger question. If a kiss can mean friendship, romance, respect, suspicion, what was it originally for? Love suddenly feels like an incomplete answer. Parents kiss their children. Friends kiss one another in many cultures. People kiss the dead goodbye. None of those fit neatly into romance. So scientists began looking somewhere entirely different. Not at the lips, at the nose. Imagine two people standing face to face. Their eyes meet. Their breathing slows. Their faces move only a few centimeters apart. Before the lips ever touch, the nose has already started collecting information. And that may be the most important part of the entire interaction.